Welcome everyone. My name is Donna and this is Sam, and we're on Book Binge today to talk about books that we just couldn't put down.
So I read A Winter's Promise, and it's by Christelle Dabos. This book was translated from French, and it is just beautifully done. Sometimes when you read a translation, things don't quite add up, or there's some cultural or just words don't jive correctly, but this one just amazing. It wasn't confusing, and it was just, so good. Obviously, you can tell I loved it, which is why we're talking about it. So this story centers on Ophelia. She's this very headstrong, no pretenses, doesn't care what she looks like character. Which I didn't exactly identify with, but I did enjoy. It was nice to see. She loves her life, she loves her family, and her job, and then she's brutally ripped from that into a sort of royal court, filled with intrigue and lies, where things are quite literally not what they seem. Yeah, so we have Thorne as our love interest, because you do need one, but he's awful. He's kind of complicated. It's an arranged marriage, so sometimes these things go well and sometimes not so much. He's cold, kind of manipulative, and he's using Ophelia as a pawn. So you don't like him much in this book. As it progresses, he does get better. But it's kind of refreshing to read an adventure book that's not centered on the romance. It's more about her and her adventures. And since you don't like him, every time you read it, you're like, oh, great, him again. So it's good. And Ophelia's just trying to survive. She succeeds, mostly. There are a couple close calls. This is a fantasy story, and most people in the series have special powers. Not like superheroes. Ophelia is a reader, which means she can touch things and then actually can tell the emotions or what happened to the person based on that. Thorne has magic, psychic claws that tear people apart. So that's not physically, but just super painful. The usual. It's wonderful. It's kind of cool because the power structure of this world is set depending on very much of these powers they have, these magic powers, but also on physical strength as well, which is a little different. Every time I think about this book, as you can tell, I just get excited. The way she weaves this fanciful, complex world with strong undercurrent of some very real danger is so addictive. I think I read this in 3 sittings, and as you can tell, it's not a short book. It's about 500 pages, and I just couldn't put it down. I would give it an 8.5 out of 10 bingeability.
Sounds like a pretty good rating.
It's very good. And you can get it on Hoopla and Overdrive through our e-library.
Very cool. So, Sam, I've got a couple of questions for you, just to help us fully understand how you felt about your book. Is there a particular character that you were drawn to, or that you identified with within the book?
Well, actually, yes. And I didn't mention him before, but it's Archibald. And he's so close to being a good guy. It's Ophelia goes through this awful time. She has no family. She has nobody to trust. And then you kind of see him, and you're like, almost. And he's not trustworthy. It's a bad idea. But he's funny, and he's actually nice to her, which is so much better than everyone else. That you're just like, oh, thank goodness. So I did like him, and he's complex, not trustworthy, but
it's a series.
It is a series, yes.
Because I was just about to ask you that. A Winter's Promise. Does it have a sequel, or did it have an ending that you were satisfied with?
I was not satisfied with the ending. I loved it, and I got to the end, and I went, oh, there's so much more going on, and
you just needed to know.
I did. So I immediately went on to Overdrive, and I was like, okay, I've got it. And so I've got it. I read the sequel again in just a few sittings. It was really good, just more of that magic. It almost, even addictiveness of Harry Potter or Percy Jackson, which is high, if you know me, that's high praise. They're not done translating this series yet, which is difficult because my French is not up to reading this level of novels. So
now you have to wait a little bit.
It's been pretty hard on me. But I'll be excited. It's nice to have something to look forward to as well.
Nice. Now I have a really strange question for you.
Of course you do. Why not?
If this book were a snack item, would it be sweet or would it be sour?
Well, it's not a sweet story. There are some sweet moments, I guess. I mean, Archibald is one of them where you're just like, oh, okay, maybe he cares. Still not sure. But there's like some hints of it. You're like, okay, that's sweet. I'd say it's not, the emotion that I most associate with is that like indignation on behalf of Ophelia. You're just like, no, don't do that. That's awful. And that's not fair. I actually closed the book a couple times and I was like, wasn't fair, and I just can't look at it for a second. You have to just like fully feel that, which again, any book that makes you feel something strongly is a winner. It's worth the read, at least in my book.
Well, thank you, Sam, for highlighting A Winter's Promise for us.